UFO and ET 101.
Sporadic, but there's definitely something there, some kind of phenomenon.
Welcome to UFO and ET 101. I'm Seth Talk. Is it UFO or UAP? Is it experiencer or contactee? What do the acronyms MILAB or NHI stand for? Do you know the difference between close encounters of the second kind and the fourth kind? I'm breaking down the most commonly used buzzwords, acronyms, and terms that shape the UFO and ET conversation. I speak further about some of these terms, organizations, and people in future episodes. UFO Lingo, letters A through D.
A was snapping with a smile so wide. B was bopping on a roller skate slide. C did the twist with a candy cane. D duck walked in a daisy chain.
AARO, AARO. It stands for All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office within the United States Defense Department. Established in 2022, it attempts to improve data collection and standardize reporting requirements, as well as mitigate possible threats. Its first director was Sean Kirkpatrick, and its current director is John Kosloski. In 2024, AARO released its report on the historical record of U.S. government involvement with UAP, Volume 1. The report concluded there is no evidence that any sighting represented off-world technology. There is no evidence of reverse engineering of extraterrestrial craft, and there is no evidence of UAP classified programs not reporting to Congress.
Huh?
AATIP. AATIP. It stands for Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, a secret program within the Pentagon started in 2007 that studied the unidentified anomalous phenomena. Its senior leader was Lou Elizondo, who resigned in 2017, and he's become a controversial figure. Abduction, when a human or animal is taken by extraterrestrials to spaceships or other places and is often examined, given information, or shown potential fates of Earth. Alien, a general term to describe a being originating from another planet, star system, dimension, or realm other than Earth. Ancient Aliens, a hit show on the History Channel, debuting in 2009. This series explores the theory that extraterrestrials visited Earth in ancient times and influenced human civilizations, technology, and religions. These ancient civilizations include Egypt, Greece, India, Peru, the Native Americans, Japan, Cambodia, and Turkey. This theory is known as the ancient astronaut theory. The star of the show is Giorgio Tsoukalos, an on-camera expert and co-producer who can't be missed due to his electrocution-style hairdo. He is known as that crazy-haired guy and for the dramatic way he speaks. He inspired a popular meme from one of his often-used sayings. I'm not saying it was aliens, but it was aliens. Anomalous describes an unusual event or object that cannot be easily explained or categorized. Area 51, a highly classified and fortified U.S. military base in Nevada, long associated with UFO lore and theories including the Roswell crash, reverse engineering of alien technology, and top-secret testing of aerial crafts. There was an internet joke in 2019 that some people took seriously. It was called Storm Area 51. They can't stop all of us. It invited people to storm the gates of Area 51. The military issued warnings to stay away, so it turned into a music and arts festival. The Betty and Barney Hill incident. This put UFO contact on the map. It's the first world-famous abduction story and one of the most heavily investigated and researched in history. It took place in New Hampshire in September 1961. Interracial couple Betty and Barney Hill were driving home from Niagara Falls when they saw a bright light in the sky, which began an incredible event where the UFO landed and aliens, known as the Greys, took both of them on board and carried out medical examinations. Betty and Barney were highly respected members of their community and active in the civil rights movement. They did not want to go public, but a friend Betty confided in spilled the beans, and the story went around the world. They were on major TV shows and were invited to Lyndon B. Johnson's inauguration. They looked for more understanding and healing through hypnotherapy with respected psychiatrist Dr. Benjamin Simon. You can listen to their hypnotherapy tapes free online, and it's riveting because you can feel their emotions as they describe the aliens and the procedures they undergo on the spacecraft. Betty was shown a star map by one of the aliens, which she drew, and Marjorie Fish, an elementary school teacher and amateur astronomer who didn't even know the hills, took it upon herself to research Betty's star map. She created 3D models and discovered that the star map matches the Zeta Reticuli star system. Renowned ufologist Kathleen Marden is the niece of Betty and Barney Hill, has first-hand knowledge of their experience, and is the world's foremost expert on the Betty and Barney Hill case. Kathleen Marden is a researcher, on-camera expert, experiencer advocate, and author of several books. Bigelow Aerospace, owned by Robert Bigelow, billionaire entrepreneur, aerospace developer, and researcher of the paranormal, UFOs, consciousness, and near-death experiences. He funded private and government UFO studies, and he owned Skinwalker Ranch in Utah, famous for its high strangeness and bizarre supernatural UFO and ET activity. It's now a hit show on the History Channel called The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch. Bigelow caused a stir in 2017 during a 60 Minutes interview when he was asked, "Do you believe in aliens?" And he said, "I'm absolutely convinced." And he went on to say, there has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. And he said the ETs are right under our noses. Black triangle, an often reported shape of UFOs. It's described as a large, silent, dark, triangular-shaped craft with lights at each corner and in the middle. Some believe it's an extraterrestrial craft, while others wonder if it is a military craft reverse-engineered from downed spaceships. Body marks. ET contactees often have unusual markings on their skin, and these marks are geometric shapes, dots, grids, lines, burn marks, scoop marks, or puncture wounds. Cloaking, the ability of a craft or beings to become invisible to human senses or radar. Close encounter is a direct or near-direct interaction with a UFO and or extraterrestrial. The term was created by astronomer and UFO researcher J. Allen Hynek, who created his classification system in the 1970s. The close encounter classification system is also known as the Hynek scale. Close encounter of the first kind, or CE1. This is a visual sighting of a UFO at close range. There's no interaction, just observation. Close encounter of the second kind, or CE2. A UFO sighting with physical effects such as electromagnetic interference, the car stalling, radiation burns, burnt grass or vegetation. Close encounter of the third kind, or CE3. This is seeing an extraterrestrial in observation or brief communication.
Aw, mashed potatoes. potatoes again.
You may have seen the blockbuster movie from 1977, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, by Steven Spielberg. It's one of the most iconic UFO films ever made, and the title is based on Dr. Hynek's classification system. And Dr. Hynek has a cameo in the movie. His son Paul makes a cameo in the movie too. 2 of Hynek's 5 children are public figures in the UFO world and in their respective fields. Paul Hynek is an adjunct professor of finance and accounting and active in the UFO world as a conference speaker and on TV and documentaries. His brother Joel Hynek is an Academy Award-winning visual effects artist, having created one of the coolest scenes in movie history, the frozen bullet sequence in The Matrix. Researchers have added to Dr. Hynek's scale, so now there is Close Encounter of the Fourth Kind, or CE4. This is an abduction or direct contact with ETs. There's often missing time, floating through the ceiling, telepathic communication with the ETs, memory loss, marks on the body, and strange dreamlike memories. Close Encounter of the Fifth Kind, or CE5. This is voluntary, conscious communication with ETs, often via meditation and or telepathy. CE5 night watches have been popularized by Dr. Stephen Greer, a former emergency room physician and now a prominent and controversial figure in the disclosure movement. The Condon Report, published in 1969, the official name is The Scientific Study of Unidentified Flying Objects. It was directed by physicist Dr. Edward Condon at the University of Colorado, and it was commissioned by the U.S. Air Force. The report concluded that there is no evidence that UFOs are of extraterrestrial origin, further study of UFOs is not justified, and most UFO sightings can be explained by natural or man-made causes. This had a long-lasting effect, creating a stigma around UFO research in science and academia. The Condon Report is controversial due to its scientific bias and disconnect between its data and conclusions. Consciousness. This is a heightened or expanded state of awareness, which is often attributed to contact with extraterrestrials or higher beings, advanced intelligences, and many believe that ET contact occurs primarily through consciousness itself rather than through physical means. Conspiracy theory, a belief that governments or secret groups are hiding the truth about UFOs, ETs, and alien contact. Crash retrieval. When a downed spaceship is taken by the military, an aeronautical corporation, or other organizations and hidden from the public. Their whereabouts are super top secret, and their existence is denied to most everyone. Reverse engineering is attempted on the crafts. Some say it's like a Neanderthal finding an iPad and trying to reverse engineer it. However, the military and the private sector may have benefited from these efforts. Crop circles. Mysterious geometric patterns that appear in fields, often linked to UFO activity. They're typically large, circular, complex geometric shapes flattened into crops. The circles show symmetry, fractal or sacred geometry, and some report electromagnetic anomalies in the crop circle with altered plant structures. Sometimes strange lights or orbs are seen before or after the appearance of a crop circle. Are these messages from extraterrestrials? Some crop circles were discovered to be hoaxes, but many are far too complex to hoax. They appear around the world, mostly in England. Disclosure. The anticipated release of the truth by governments and institutions regarding the existence of extraterrestrials and their role in our history and current lives. Some joke that the best disclosure would have a spaceship land on the lawn of the White House. Some say we are currently in the stages of disclosure. DUMBS, D-U-M-B-S. It stands for Deep Underground Military Bases. These are facilities believed by some to house alien technology or ETs in cooperation with governments underground. New Mexico, Nevada, California, and Colorado are believed to have underground bases, as well as other states. What goes on in these underground bases? Possible activities are hosting secret military operations, research and development of advanced technology and weapons, extraterrestrial research and contact, studying extraterrestrial activity, or even housing aliens. And maybe DUMBs are where MILAB tests and interrogations may occur. MILAB stands for military abductions, where experiencers are taken by special forces to secret places for debriefing and other activities. MILAB experiences include humans, military type, and/or medical personnel, and can include ETs as well. Okay, Earthlings, it's quiz time. Number 1. What's the name of the theory that suggests UFO and ET visitations have helped advance peoples of ancient civilizations? Number 2. When and where did Betty and Barney Hill's UFO abduction take place? Number 3. What is Close Encounters of the Fourth Kind? How'd you do? If you got them all right, then a galactic high five.